Namaste.
Okay, welcome everybody to the third day. Beautiful workshop happening here. So we're waiting for more people. They should
Mhm,
join.
mhm.
Mm,
And
So,
until more people have come, maybe we can ask a little bit about their meditation experience.
yeah.
You can, no? You can type it in the chat, everybody, if you have done the meditation and how is it going?
Forgot to switch my phone off. Yes, everybody switch their phones off. Let's get ready for the next 2 hours.
Hmm. Or if you have any questions, you can also type them in the chat. We can speak about your questions now. Namaste. Awesome meditation. Oh, that's good to hear. What to do with that sleep after meditation? Is one question. Do you fall asleep after meditation? Yeah, if you feel tired, you can sleep. That's okay if you have time. Don't try to fight the tiredness. So if you're really tired, then it's better you sleep first and meditate then. Mhm. Otherwise, you have a chin to chest meditation like this. Huh? So it's better you meditate when you are rested, when you had enough sleep. Sound is very low. Is that so? Can you all hear me properly? Yeah?
Good.
Yeah?
Is your
Okay.
volume set on low or I can hear you.
Oh, good. Yesterday you told to write a problem on a slip of paper. Oh, now I know what you mean with slip of paper. How we can write as we have overweight. And what to do with that slip of paper after meditation. Um, you can just write on a little piece of paper, something like this. You can write something there. And if you have some medical condition, you write exactly that medical condition, the right term for that. So whatever is the problem, you write it down there. And after meditation, you put it somewhere and you can use it for the next meditation too. You don't have to write a new one every time. But it's like the divine forces are reading that and are trying to help you. You know, all of us have so many angels around us, angels of protection, angels of healing, angels of love and harmony, so many angels around us. And we can ask them to help us. So if you have a medical problem or an overweight problem or any other problem, you can ask the angels to help you. And that's why it's good to have a little slip of paper in your hand where you write your problem. And then you are practically offering it to the divine to solve your problem. Letting go, no? Of course, in meditation, you shouldn't think about your problems. You let go. That's important, yeah. Can we send the recordings of these sessions to friends and family who didn't register for the workshop? Anandaji, what do you say about that?
Yeah, what we normally do is many times people share things that maybe they don't want other people to listen to them. There might be some very personal sharing. So we edit the video a little bit. It takes a few days. And after that, we put it on Devi Circle anyway. So then they
Mm,
can share the videos on Devi Circle.
very good. You
It
mean
will be
the
available.
YouTube channel, no?
YouTube channel, yes. So it will be available, just takes a few days.
Okay, very good. I'm looking gorgeous. Thank you. Namaste. I have too many thoughts during meditation and can't feel the vibration and go deep in trance. Yeah, this is a very common problem that too many thoughts are there. Or rather, you feel it is too many thoughts, but it belongs to meditation also. You must understand when you remember this chart, no? When you transcend, when you go inside with your mantra and transcend into the self, immediately some stress gets released. Some past impressions are coming out. And when they are coming out, then you come out with thoughts. And these thoughts belong to the meditation. It is all right to have thoughts in meditation. Don't think that you should sit there 20 minutes without any thoughts. Right? You're not a Buddha. That happens only after decades of meditation. But in the first 10 to 20 years, you can count that there will always some stress will be coming out. Some past samskara, some memories, or some plans, or some wishes, or some fears. Whatever it is, comes out with thoughts. Only when you notice you are on the surface level of the mind and you have thoughts, then it is time to take the mantra again and go inside. Listen to the sound, gets finer and finer and finer, and then you drop the mantra and transcend again into the self. And then you will have the experience of some silence, some peacefulness, and with very low or no breath, and very little thoughts or no thoughts for some time. And then another stress gets released and you come out with thoughts again. So it is perfectly normal if you have thoughts in meditation. Only when you notice that you're thinking of something else, then it's time to go back to the mantra and dive inside again.
May I say something on this?
Oh, please.
Wanted to add a little bit. So, yeah, this is something we see a lot in our Devi circle path too, you know. A lot of people, they just cannot meditate. And this is where what you said is very beautiful, that meditation is not thinking. Meditation has some thinking, that's fine. But this is where the kriyas, they're so effective. If you are dealing with a family issue, there's a lot of emotion. There's a husband who's not good to you. There's a wife, and you're having partner issues, and you just can't calm yourself for meditation. And that is where this breath methods, because it gives mind to do something. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. You're just doing what you're told. And then this is where Parvati ji's Devi Kriya, it's even more for more crisis times, I believe. People who are really, really in crisis and they just cannot let the mind go, then you're even moving the body in Devi Kriya. So there's, movement happening, breath happening, and you're doing that for 20 minutes. And if you're meditating for hours and hours and you just cannot get rid of the thoughts, then I think kriyas can be very useful. I think kriyas are more for the gross level when lower chakra issues are very strong and you can't get out of it. But then when you get in a softer place, then mantra meditation is the way, I think.
That is perfect. That's a perfect program.
Yeah.
Because in Kriya, you can breathe out emotions, isn't it? All the emotions which are stored in the solar plexus and in the heart area or in the throat, wherever they are, you can breathe them out with the Kriya. And then when the emotions have calmed down and your mind has settled down, then it's much easier to go deep in meditation. Huh?
And a lot of people who are very good meditators, they cannot stand kriyas, many of them, because they're like, why am I doing this? Because they're already in the bliss, you know. So this is disturbing to them. So, it is like on a mountain when you are at the flatter level and it goes like this. If
Mm.
you start doing on all four hands and legs when you have to walk, that would be
Yeah,
stupid, right? But when you are high on the mountain, sometimes you have to use hands, legs, everything, right? Then you
yeah.
cannot walk there. So it is like kriyas are useful when they're useful. And then once you are in that calm state, there's no need for kriya. In fact, there's a story we have, Sunita ji, who some people have joined, maybe who take her program too. She channels Mahavtar Babaji every day, 3 a.m. for like 3 hours. And
Mm.
initially, Mahavtar Babaji also loves Devi Kriya. So initially, for a year, they all did Devi Kriya, the whole 200 people every day. But then after that, now they don't do Devi Kriya because now they are in a calm state. So they do very subtle breath processes. So just wanted to share there are resources for people who cannot stop thinking. Will get you through the breathing methods.
It's beautiful
Maybe.
that you are
Yeah.
sharing this,
Yeah.
Anandaji,
Yeah.
because that was also my experience. When I learned some Kriya at that time, it was Sudarshan Kriya, which I learned. When I learned this for the first time, I had already done regular meditation with a mantra for how long? 20 years or so, over 20 years.
Mm.
And then the guru said, yeah, do this Kriya, this Sudarshan Kriya for 40 days and see how is the change, how much better you feel. And then I told him, when I do it, nothing happens. Nothing happens. I go into meditation, into samadhi like that. Should I do Kriya? And then he said, no, you don't need it.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even there's some people who get into it, they start breathing in 2 minutes there in that zone.
Mm,
They don't need any kriyas. Yeah.
mm,
But I would say 99% of the people could benefit from kriyas. And even Sri Sri, he would require even his teachers, like you were special, of course, he treated you very special also, I know. But even his advanced teachers, many of them, he always wants them to do kriya, Sudarshan Kriya, because that
yes,
cleanses them. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. We
It,
were
most
teaching.
people can benefit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I found it doesn't make a big difference whether you do Sudarshan Kriya or Krishna Kriya or Devi Kriya.
Yeah.
All the Kriyas work on the mind and the emotions and bring you to a place of calm and peacefulness, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Devi Kriya, which is also work on the root chakra and the lower chakras more,
Mm,
which
mm,
sometimes are not given so much attention. And I think this was very important for Goddess Parvati that now the time has come that all chakras should be integrated. And so there's a lot of, we had some experiences, even one very good teacher, I don't want to name them, but initially it was with the root chakra that the fear just melted away. And
mm,
it's like a in and out breath and the fears and anxieties and all of that. But those are uh, for deep emotional and we were going through turmoil. There are
right.
processes like when you're in a turmoil, don't be attached to the stories, to the wealth. If there's a wealth division happening or attachment, do not be attached to the stories. Think of your body as your greatest wealth. If there's a messy divorce happening and something is going on, just know that your body is the abundance you need and the kriyas, and then you will be fine. But we get too much in the mind, too much attached to the stories, and then we're fighting and emotions.
Right.
So for everybody, there is this abundance from the body with the breath. But anyway, fair
Yes.
enough.
And breath work is very good and very important also to purify the emotions. And the breath connects the physical body with the mind. It is a connecting link. Um,
Yes.
I have written today, because I thought this might interest you, um, the 7 layers of your existence. Can you see that?
Yes.
7 layers of your existence. So the grossest level, the most physical level is the physical body. It's also called Annamaya Kosha. So that our material body is the grossest level of our existence, no? Then comes the breath, which connects the body and the mind and the emotions also. So breath or pranayamas, and the breath is the pranic body, pranamaya kosha. And then comes the mind, manaha, manomaya kosha. It's more subtle than the breath and the body. And the emotions are also in the mind. And then if you go even deeper, you come to memory. Memory is also part of your finer mind, more subtle mind, memory. If you go deeper, it's stored in the what we call the subconsciousness. Then if you go even deeper, that means it's getting more and more subtle here in these layers. Then you come to the intellect or buddhi, right? Intellect is that part in you which makes the decisions. If you think about something of you inside you says yes or no, or good or not good, that which makes decisions and discrimination, that is the intellect. And then on an even deeper level and more subtle level is the ego or ahamkara. And because the ego is also full of joy and of happiness, you know that if somebody praises your ego and your ego feels happy, no? Expanded and happy. So that's why it's also called the Ananda Maya Kosha. It is most near to the absolute, to the self. And when you transcend even the ego and go beyond all this, go beyond all these levels of existence and beyond the ego also, this feeling of I, limited I and personality, then you transcend into the self, the Atman, no? And that there you have this feeling, Aham Brahmasmi, I am that. I am or I am that, no? So that is the transcendence. This is where we want to go. Now, when you meditate with a technique like Vipassana or others, mindfulness or something, where you concentrate on your physical body, then your whole attention is focused on the most gross level of your personality, of your existence, the physical body. If you meditate and observe the breath, then you are in the pranic body. But all these two levels, prana and physical body, are more gross than the mind and the emotions. So you're practically going outside if you focus on the body and on the breath. And then any mental technique like contemplation or Zen meditation, where you think about some koan or some sentence or some philosophical statement or something like that, keeps you in the mind, in the thinking level, focuses there on the mind. So from all these three levels, it is more difficult to transcend into the self because it's more far away. So when you are in the mind, during meditation, when you start meditation, you are in the mind, and then you think the mantra. The mantra is the vehicle which directly brings you to the absolute, to the self. So then it is very, very easy to transcend all these subtler levels, memory, intellect, and ego, and transcend all your relative existence and go into the self, into the Atman or Brahman. So that is most easy with the Mata. That is why you may find that this meditation with the mantra is so powerful and so easy to transcend that as a beginner, you should not sit there and do it for hours together. Other meditations, which are not so deep and not so easy to transcend, you can sit for hours as a beginner and nothing much will happen. But if you meditate with a mantra, you start here from the level of the mind and think the mantra and immediately transcend all these levels and go into the self. That is very, very powerful, effortlessly and powerful. And that's why in the beginning few years of meditation with a mantra, you should not sit longer than half an hour or so, except if you are on an advanced course. Then a teacher is there who can take care of you if something strong happens. But at home, we don't do more than half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour. Once in a while, if you're very, very blissful, you may sit a little longer, but not hours together. Huh? Okay. Good. Do you think you have all understood how to meditate with a mantra? Can I see some yeses or some thumbs up? Yeah. Good. Then should we do one meditation now? Are you ready for it? I will dim the light a little bit. You can also dim your light. It is easier when it is not so bright. Easier to go inside. And if you like, you may also light some incense. And then let us sit comfortably and close the eyes. Today we will start the meditation by chanting Om 3 times. So let us chant together. Take a deep breath in. Om. A deep breath in and let go. Now listen to the sounds around you. You may hear the traffic, or some dogs barking, or some playing children, or some birds. Whatever it is, be in harmony with the sounds. Take another deep breath and breathe out. Become aware of your thoughts. whether pleasant thoughts or unpleasant thoughts. Accept them. Become aware of your feelings. Be in harmony with your feelings. Now bring your awareness to the heart area. Take the mantra from there. Listen to its sound. Becomes finer and finer. And then let go. Drop the mantra. And when other thoughts are coming, you effortlessly come back to the mantra. Shia. Keep the eyes closed, but stop thinking the mantra. Become aware of your feelings. And slowly, gradually, in your own speed, you may open the eyes. Mm. Is everybody back? Can you turn on your cameras? How was it? Was it good? Show me. Was it good? Great. Oh, nice to see so many smiling faces. Very good. What do you think how long this meditation was? Can you type it in the chat? How long did it feel to you? So you see, different sense of time. Some say 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Some say 20, 30, 45. So between 10 minutes and 45. So was the feeling. You see, during meditation, you go beyond time, and then you have no sense of time. And that's why you come out and you don't know how much time has passed, isn't it? Mhm. So that's why it is good in the beginning to perhaps put a little alarm clock, not too loud, but put it on half an hour and don't do much longer. No, it was almost half an hour, 25 to 30 minutes. Yeah, very good. Mhm. Can you type your experiences of this meditation into the chat? Let me see, how did you feel? Did you have a different feeling of the body, heaviness or lightness or expansion, feeling relaxed or not feeling the body at all? Just type it in the chat. Let me see. How was your experience? Did you feel calm and peaceful? Very good. So you felt it was a deep meditation. You felt happiness, peaceful, calm, relaxed. Very good. Someone had surges of energy that made the body jerk, and intense bliss with a wide smile. That's good, just enjoy it. Surges of energy can come because every time when you transcend into the self, the Kundalini goes up in your spine, up to the Sahasrara chakra, up to the highest chakra, automatically. You don't have to do anything for that. So then sometimes you may feel that your whole body is getting charged with energy. Somebody felt expansion. Wonderful. Very good. It's a very deep level of relaxation. You know, if you relax a little bit, you may feel some heaviness or like something like going down, heaviness of the body. If you relax even deeper, you feel lightness or a sense of floating somewhere. So very much light or floating. And then if you go even deeper in meditation, you may feel expansion. You don't stop at the skin of your body anymore. You feel expanded. Or maybe the body, the head only feels expanded, or the hands, or you feel somewhere much bigger than before. That is because on the subtle level, you identify with your aura, which is bigger than the physical body. You're on the energy level of your body, okay? And then if you go even deeper and transcend into the self, body is gone. You don't feel it anymore. So all these different experiences can happen. So you see, when you transcend, and if you are consciously transcending, you have this experience, then you feel something happening here on the top of your head. And that means your Sahasrara chakra is opening up, your highest chakra is opening up. You get more energy in meditation, and it fills your whole body and every cell of the body with a higher energy. And some of you have felt some of it. And this energy is often used for healing. Whatever is not all right, with anything wrong in your body, this energy immediately, automatically goes there and starts the healing process. Physical healing and mental and emotional healing also. So that is happening spontaneously. But when you go out, so you feel very happy and peaceful and calm, and then you go out and meet with other people and they feel differently, then an exchange of energy happens. So you cannot keep your energy. Don't even try. We are always constantly automatically sharing our energy with other people, and they are sharing their energies with us. There's an exchange of energies always happening. And that is okay. If you have a higher energy and if you're more peaceful and happy, then you can share some of this happiness with other people who need it, isn't it? This is what we do. And like this, we are spreading joy and happiness. And you will see that if you are more centered in your own inner peace and calmness and joy, you are radiating that into the environment. And then people will love you more. They just feel attracted by this energy which you radiate from the meditation. So that's very beautiful. Just let it be. Only if you feel if you feel bad or impure after that in the evening, you can do things to purify your aura. And we spoke about that yesterday, how to do it. Huh? So I think now you have got a taste about how meditation is with a mantra is and how deep it feels, how deeply you go. You have just had these 3 meditations with a mantra and you see how much you come, how deep you go in meditation. No? What an experience it is. Wonderful. Now it will be even better if you meditate with your own personal mantra, because what I have given you is a general mantra. But if you get a personal mantra from a trained teacher, then this mantra resonates especially very good with your own nervous system and is much more suitable for you. For that, I would really suggest that you take initiation from a trained meditation teacher who can give you a personal mantra. Now we have a few teachers here, and for India it is Satishji. Satishji, namaste. You are here. Would you like to say a few words to people so that they get to know you? Satishji is an old and very good meditator and since many, many years. And he's a very good meditation teacher also. And he is teaching in India. Satishji, can we unmute you?
Namaste, Didi.
Namaste, Satish.
Namaste, Ananda Karunesh.
Namaste.
Well, Didi, I'm totally overwhelmed in the last 3 days. You have given us 2 guided meditations. You have explained the meditations. You have given us the Akshatapas. And you have given the degrees. What else do we want? This is plenty. You are Lakshmi Devi and you are giving plenty. There is a proof. This is the proof. So we don't want anything else. We just have to walk the path what you have shown us, and with total surrender, with total faith, trust, and that's all. We don't know what's the destination. We don't know how the path is. We have to only walk on it under your guidance. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Satish. So I would really recommend that those of you who live in India, you contact Satishji and take your personal initiation into your personal mantra with him. And there you also have much more time because he will explain you much more knowledge about meditation and go in depth about it. Many things for which we didn't have time on this workshop. So should we again type your address in here? Your email contact?
Yeah, I will.
Very good. And I know that many of you are also in USA. In USA, we have one teacher who also happens to be here. Wayne? Wayne, can we unmute you? And would you like to say a few words also? Wayne is also a very long time meditator. He meditates since 50 years or so, long time. And he's our Shakti Yoga and meditation teacher for USA.
Hello, everyone. Unfortunately, the camera on my laptop doesn't work.
Aha. Okay.
But I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes.
I was made a transcendental meditation teacher by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi 1973, and Ananda Ma made me a Shakti meditation teacher last year. And I live in Safford, Arizona. That's a beautiful place at the foot of a 11,000-foot mountain. And I'm right around the corner from a hot springs resort. And I invite everyone in the United States to come visit me for a weekend. And I will teach you Shakti meditation, give you your personal mantra, and you can enjoy the hot springs. You can hike in the mountain and have a wonderful time here. And you're welcome to stay in our home. We have 2 spare bedrooms that you can use, and I will provide you with meals and with the course and anything else you would like. So that's my invitation, and I will type my email address in so you can contact me.
I've just given your email address.
Okay, thanks.
But what an invitation, isn't it? Not only meditation, but also hot springs and hiking in the mountains and everything.
And if you like fishing, we have a fishing pond nearby too.
No, let the fish live. Let them be happy in their pond.
All right.
Yeah, very good. Are there any questions about meditation before we do the short break? This is a very good question. Yes. When we chant the mantra, do we have to hold our breath and exhale when we let go the mantra? First of all, we don't chant the mantra aloud. You just think the mantra mentally, like any other thought. Because if you chant it aloud, it brings the mantra back to the level of speech that is much more gross than the level of thinking. So you just think the mantra, and then you listen to the sound of the mantra. You start from the heart, listen to the sound of the mantra. It becomes longer, more subtle, more far away, and then you drop it. Now, this listening to the sound of the mantra may go over many in-breaths and out-breaths. Okay, so you don't connect the mantra with the breath. This is a beginner's mistake. If you connect the mantra with the breath, it creates a little tension, and then you cannot transcend so easily. So it's better to not connect the mantra with the breath. You think it from the heart, listen to it, and while you're listening to the vibration of the mantra, you breathe normally in and out, and then let go and drop it. Like any other thought, you see, you cannot only think something when you're breathing out, isn't it? Huh? So like that, you think the mantra independently from the breath. Is Vipassana the right technique given by Buddha to get nirvana? Please explain. Anandaji, would you like to answer that question?
Sure. That's a very good question. Yeah. So, as Ananda Devi Ma had explained on the chart, you have different levels, the body, breath, and memory, and keeps going down and down, right? So Vipassana is the Buddhist way of starting the path. So you have the body, physical body, and in Vipassana, there are a lot of these Vipassana workshops, and right in the number 1 is our body, and it's a great path. Back in Buddha's days, people used to work very hard. Farmers and they would, have whole day of work and everything. So at that time, the spiritual path was simple, just simple mindfulness. Just watch your body. And in that watching, because people were simple, they progressed very fast. Now things are complicated. Now we have relationships, we have social media, we have, all kinds of, worldviews, politics, ideologies. Mind is always in conflict. At that time, there was such simplicity in life that if you were slightly spiritual and if you just surrendered, that was a profound path, you know. But now you need more help. Vipassana is a good start, but then there are five senses, there is sound, there are levels, and there are many techniques. So a lot of information is coming because there is more
TV,
you can do now. Yeah,
television.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but in simpler times, even, it's a mountain you're climbing. And at that time, it was a simple way. And even that could lead you to nirvana. Yeah.
Mhm.
But now you will come home and there will be issues, there'll be children, and there'll be all kinds of demands on you. There's conflict, there's all kinds of thinking you have to know. Life is not simple. You just don't simply go to the farm and come back home and, So mind is very active now. If you could compare the mind of today to the mind even 100 years ago, mind was less active. If you go back to 2000 years ago, mind was much more like the animals, much more silent, much more. There were conflicts, but it was not the mind today. Today, the mind is continuously going.
Mm.
So, so I would say, yeah, go if you can do a Vipassana workshop, it's very good. And sometimes you'll find some of the kriyas will get you in the same place, that same silence, which Vipassana will. And then once you're silent, mantra meditations, that's why Maharishi became so popular so fast, because it was having effects. People were doing it and they were getting into those places. So spirituality evolves, you know. And for modern times, we have these, great paths that are making the progress much faster. That's all I would say.
Exactly.
Kriyas and mantras, you can go even faster. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it is like at times where life was much more simple than now, no television and all these things, not so much distractions for the mind. One could go in and drop into the self and be surrendered much more easily than today. But today, in our fast living time, with all these impressions which are clouding our mind and with all these problems which we have today, we need a stronger technique, something which brings us in contact with the self like that, very quickly and easily. And we also don't have the time to sit there for hours and hours together, isn't it? We want things quick. So that's why meditation with a mantra is a good idea at this time.
And another reason we're getting it quickly is because we don't know how many lifetimes we've already spent to come here. People, the 70 people here right now, may have had many, many lives of burning karma, and
Mm.
we are with you today because it's the path that has opened up this way of meeting you, and it's like a darshan, and
Mm.
so times are such that the soul is ready for a fast path now.
Yeah,
We've already, and what could take lifetimes can happen in one life.
exactly. This is
Mm.
because the time quality has changed, no?
Yeah.
The earth is rising up to a higher level of vibration, and we are rising up from Kali Yuga to a small at the moment Dvapara Yuga and then to a small Satya Yuga, which will happen during our lifetime. So we can look forward to that. Huh?
So
Maharishi had already, yes, Maharishi had already announced in 1975 the coming age of enlightenment, which is going to happen during our lifetime. So we are all working on ourselves to bring this about and to enjoy this, no? Yes.
what such a special time. What a blessing to be alive at this time. And if you can just go into your body and breath and sound and mantras, just don't go too much thinking. Don't think too much. Just just do something, do some processes, whatever. Yoga, this, that. And today's time will just lift you. It's like a rising tide. And it's a special time. So if you do it now, that meditation will be so much more effective than if you did it 200 years ago, because right now is a special time. So don't miss this opportunity right now to meditate. It's going to be
Yes.
very
And
special. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And don't postpone your spiritual progress until you're old, no?
Yeah.
Don't wait till the children are out of the house, because then grandchildren come and keep you busy. And then later some illness will keep you busy. So it's better you start early. Hmm?
Especially illnesses can start, and then illnesses will not happen if you start now,
Yeah,
because the body will have all that light, and so you'll have a healthier life. So
yeah.
I felt even, I don't know if you felt that today. I think Wayne did feel it. I could say, oh, Wayne wrote that for me. I was having a similar experience. So, so today there was something very special transmission was happening, I felt.
Mhm.
And this I want to say to the group. That's why you, again, in Devi circle and these circles, when you create a group energy and intentionally invite the divine beings, that's what happened today. The the effects are much more powerful. Like, how many would say that today's meditation was a bit deeper than when they try on their own? Was it? Like, would you say yes, people in the chat? And if it was the special group energy that was created.
Mhm.
And that will happen if you do more circles, come together, meditate together, because uh, it's like if there's 2 million volts of electricity and there's only one house, we cannot send it like that because it'll blow up the house. But if you have a group, then more can be sent by divine beings. And I totally felt today was very special. That
Mm.
meditation, very powerful. Anyway,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Thank you. Now, how about having a short break and then we continue?
Yeah.
So I would say 5 to 7 minutes break, and then we meet again. And then Anandaji can tell us something, and then we can do some decrees also. Okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Good, good.
So, hello everybody. We'll wait till Ananda Devi comes, but there were some questions. Um, some people were wondering about the Kriya workshop, Devi Kriya workshop. So we will make an announcement, and there are a few videos also you can watch. And then after watching the videos, we can do sessions with you. So we will make an announcement about Devi Kriya. And are there any other questions about anything before we start the next part?
Ah,
Well, there
Ananda,
you are.
I'm back here. Yeah.
Okay, great.
I just remembered that somebody asked about music during meditation. So in guided meditation, it is often accompanied with some gentle background music. But in meditation with the mantra, we better don't have any music on. We just sit in a quiet and peaceful place, as quiet as possible, huh? And think the mantra. Good.
Yep. And so, do you want me to share something?
Yeah, would you like to?
Or-
Yes.
okay, sure, yeah. And then maybe We'll need about 15, maybe for 15 minutes, and then we'll do some decrees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, maybe I will just talk about two things. One is, let me see if I can see you here. Yeah. So, two things I wanted to share. Somebody brought up this question about Vipassana, and then we also do kriyas, we also do mantras. So people get confused. What should I do? What should be my spirituality? Right? And so you have to see what you want to accomplish. What are you here in this life for? You know, what happens many times is we get so occupied in our mind, the stories, the mind, the stories, thoughts, emotions, and ego for some people, though not so many here. But there are subtle levels of ego which are here that we're so occupied in that if we don't take a break from that, and what does a break mean? Break does not mean staying in the mind, just going on a vacation, and then still staying in the mind, still seeing the social media there, newspapers, and you're on vacation. You're still in the mind. We need a break from the mind. And this is very important. How do you take a break from the mind? Do you tell the mind that I want a break from you? Doesn't work. You cannot think your way out of thinking. That's the problem. This is where you need the wisdom that you need to do something that's not off the mind. So this is where levels of your consciousness come in. And even though they say body, there's some ways of understanding the body. At some level, body is more dense. But at another level, body is what is around your brain, around your mind. So if you surrender into the body through yoga, through breathing, just become, that is what we do with Vipassana. Just become one with the body. What is happening is mind begins to dissolve. Mind is like the iceberg. Body is like the lake. Soul is like the oceans. And the higher self is the whole universe, right? So this mind, thinking mind, if you were to even go for a nice walk, go for a swim, do any of these things, you will see the mind is a little bit less. It is, not, you're not thinking so much. So a lot of people, because of their ambition, because of their relationship issues, their desires, they had maybe problems in their childhood. They're on this continuous spin of the mind, never take a break. And the whole life goes by. And in their own minds, they think they've achieved, they've done this, they've done that. But they just came to know the iceberg. There was so much more to know, they just missed it completely. They went through this life, entered an iceberg of the mind, stayed there. They thought iceberg was big. They thought they'd achieved so much. Big iceberg, right? But it's an iceberg. It is not the lakes, the oceans, it is not the whole universe. You just spent your life just in this little tiny circle. And you might be a very rich person, could still live your whole life in the iceberg because you stayed in the mind. You just work like a dog, producing a great internet company, and you did this and you did that. Never had any time to meditate. Never saw those birds singing, never felt it. Even on your vacations, you were buying stocks or doing something with your great company, and you just stayed there, and life goes by. But most of you don't need this wisdom. You already know this. You already know that's why you're here. You are in meditation because you know mind cannot solve everything. But now the question is, there's so many things to do. So what do you do? And this is where I would say, ask yourself, where are you at? And you could be at many different places. You could be having a very, very conflicting situation in your life where you are dealing with emotions. There are real issues. There's issues of abuse, maybe. I went to India. I go to India twice every year, but just last trip when I went to India, I went to Pune and I heard some real stories about normal women. I can't tell you how much hardship there is in families, especially women maintaining everything, household and everything. And as you go down the economic ladder, there's more abuse. There's all kinds of issues happening. There's real serious conflict. And what do you do? And I've seen people in that conflict dealing with their very abusive husbands or controlling patriarchal husbands, surrendering to their body, to a yoga practice, to breathing, and they create a balance. They get the strength to create some distance, even in that, even if they cannot divorce or whatever, or leave their husband, because most people in India don't do that. It's not possible because of many other reasons, social reasons, economic reasons. They create happiness because your body is the lakes. The billions of dollars in the mind that you identify with is still the iceberg. Breathing, uh, feeling, senses. And this is where I want to just discuss a couple of things, what you can do with your body and awarenesses. That is your abundance. And if you have a healthy body, you have great amount of abundance. So drop these mind attachments. Start working with your body. What can you do with it? There are different kinds of, we begin with maybe do some yoga, that is fine. Do some kind of exercise, that is fine. But then there are different kinds of breath processes. There are intense kriyas like Devi Kriya, Sudarshan Kriya. You can do one of those to calm yourself. Then one I want to share today is a beautiful process that's coming in the next book. So this is where, Buddha would say with Anapanasati, you are aware of the breath all the time. Just watching the breath, right? So there's a simple way of doing this when you go for a walk. So you have to be focused about one thing, that you have to keep your focus on your solar plexus and your third eye. These two areas connect with each other also. Solar plexus is where, if you want to focus on something, you'll feel that energy. It's in the solar plexus. And when you're really looking at something, you want to see what's behind that. Third eye is very important. And they connect. These two chakras really connect with each other, right? So you're going on a walk, do an intentional walk. You're breathing, and each breath cycle, as you are looking at different objects, connect with an object with each breath cycle, but be aware of the third chakra and third eye. The focus has to be there. You're not lost. Your awareness is not here. It is right here. And you are focusing on every object. If there is a flower, you completely focus on it with one breath cycle. And then keep walking and you see a cloud, completely focus on it. Like not a hazy eye, completely focus on it with one breath cycle. And keep walking like this with normal breath, but just focus, 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 focus. And if you keep doing that, suddenly you'll realize most of the time when I walk, I just miss everything. I'm lost in my thoughts, right? So this is a very simple thing you do every day. You go for a walk, make it an intentional, focused breath cycle walk. Breathe into the object, breathe in from the object, breathe out to the object. You're connecting it with love. Tree, you're breathing in from the tree, you're breathing out to the tree. Anything you see, The reason I keep saying be here and here is because if you're not, you will really not see the tree. You'll keep walking and the tree will go by. You will not see it. To see the tree, you need to focus. You need to have your third chakra and sixth chakra be engaged. And just breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. When you come back home, you will feel you connected with so much nature. You really, and if you make this very, what should I say, simpler, then what would happen is it become a habit. And breath will not be so, initially you are more aware of breath, then it'll be just focus. Breath will be soft. And you'll be just focusing in and 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 getting the energy of that object and giving energy. You're just connecting with the energy, then connecting with the energy. So you are honoring everything that you see. If you just walk by and all this beauty is there and you just ignore it, you're not honoring it. You're not connecting to the world around you. So breath and a little intention with your energy can allow you, this is like an anapanasati breath. It's just watching, giving a breath, taking in, giving a breath, taking in, and just walk like that. So that could be like in your ordinary moments. And then if your mind is calmed down with these processes, kriyas, this breathing, then of course mantra is the beauty of connecting to the higher self. If you think about what sound is just vibration. And why do we say that's even more profound than light? Why is primordial sound even more profound? Because if you think about even in physics, there are all these theories. The latest theory is what? String theory. And what does it say? Just the vibrations of the strings, one-dimensional strings, create atoms, electrons, everything that you see in the whole universe is created by these vibrations of these strings. Vibration means sound.
Mhm.
Because when something vibrates, except that maybe your body does not have so much finesse to hear that sound of a string vibrating. But imagine you meditate deeply and go into the deeper layers of emptiness. You can hear the sound of the universe vibrating. And that vibration, it's all is vibration. It's even more profound than light because light takes time to travel. Vibrations happening everywhere. So even from the physics of it, the primordial energy, sound energy, and with mantra, you connect with that energy, and it's very soft. People who are very good at that, they don't need any breath work and all of that. So basically, now it's 11:46. I covered one part I wanted to say. The other thing I wanted to cover was soul feelings. I will just say this thing in 2 minutes. These soul feelings are, all of these expansive feelings which are unconditional, which are not connected to your ego. And this is a big difference Saraswati ji has made. This can help all psychologists and all therapists, I think, because soul feelings are fundamentally different than emotions. So unconditional love and primordial joy and compassion and forgiveness and peace, freedom, all of these are expansive feelings that'll dissolve your ego. And all I want you to do after this workshop is have these two questions. Okay? What is the emptiness of the soul feeling? And what is the bliss of this soul feeling? Just these two questions. This is your self inquiry. So let's say you think you have love in your life. Okay? You love your family, you love people around you. The emptiness of love will be, can I drop even more of the mind that's in my love? Expectations, judgments, emotions around that love, somebody did something to you. So identities, I am this, they are that, I am modern, they are traditional, I'm Indian, they are American, all these identities. So all of these mental frameworks, expectations, judgments, identities, perspectives, this is all the mind. Emptiness of a soul feeling is clearing the mind. Take any other soul feeling, compassion. Somebody made a comment the other day, it's not like pity. And that's true. Compassion is not like pity. That's dropping the mind. Compassion is not suffering. You're dropping the mind. Just going deeper into the soul feeling, making it more expansive. Love is unconditional, so drop the conditions. If you're forgiving, are you truly forgiving? Emptiness of forgiveness. See if you're still holding some lingering traces of anger. You've forgiven the person, but it's still there in the lower chakras. Something is lingering. You're not completely forgiven. So empty that forgiveness. And as you keep on emptying, then this bliss starts coming in. Because then you've emptied these are the pathways that go to the higher self. Soul feelings are the pathways. They're the oceans that connect to the higher self. So if you've cleansed them, cleanse your soul feelings, then the big bliss can come as a waterfall, as a grand waterfall. So remember, emptiness of a soul feeling, bliss of a soul feeling. Okay? So that's working from the higher side. Breathing and kriyas is working from the lower side. And you do the two, that's enough for practices. And of course, mantra is the way to connect to the higher self. So that's basically the different connections. That's all I wanted to share. And this is coming in the next book, Parvatiji's book, about emptiness and bliss of soul feelings, which is my favorite part of the book. So I just wanted to share that. Okay.
That was beautiful, Anandaji. And what you just shared about this technique while you're walking,
Yeah,
to breathe into different focuses in nature, and breathe in and out while you're focusing. This is exactly what we do in Akshatapas,
that's true. Yeah, yeah.
right?
We're
Yeah.
just watching the
So only
page,
while you're walking, you're doing Akshatapas.
connecting with all of nature. And it's such a good use of time
Mm,
because otherwise you're thinking. Most people go to walk and they're lost in their thoughts. I'm going
yeah.
to do this, I'm going to do that, and this happened to me, and that person's speaking like this about me, and they're walking. This is their everyday morning walk. And I'm saying, don't do that.
Mm.
Connect. And then,
This brings you directly into the present moment. And when you are in the present moment, not in the past and not in the future, in that moment, you are in the fifth dimension, in a higher dimension.
yeah.
That's
So
it.
simple methods. And, so we're ready for more decrees now.
Okay, very good. By the
Yeah.
way, that's why we are also doing this, this mudra, which we said yesterday. This triangle mudra, this also helps us to come into the present moment and thereby into the fifth dimension. And if we speak the decrees from there, they're very powerful. Very powerful, no? So we are practically learning with a meditation, we are learning to go deep into the self, to transcend everything, let go of everything, and be in the self. And from there, we get a lot of more energy and also power of the mind. And with the prayers and decrees, we are directing this energy into a certain direction in order to create the life which we want. So it's for wish fulfillment, practically. Huh? So because Ananda Karunesh has just spoken about forgiveness. I think we can read one. I will read to you one decree for forgiveness, forgiving. O beloved violet flame, O beloved Saint-Germain, let me see in life's dire storms just one God in many forms. One may hurt, attack, or steal, disappoint, betray, or deal. And another form
Can you
then.
wait on the screen?
Hello?
Sumana, can you share it on the screen? Is it available on the screen?
For
Share screen.
forgiveness?
Yeah, or it's not?
Yes, yes.
She can
Yeah.
share it on the
Ah,
screen.
if you have it, then we can do it together. That's even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Super. Decree for forgiveness.
Keep going.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
there.
there. It's there. Then we can read it from together. We start again. Decree for forgiveness. O beloved violet flame, O beloved Saint-Germain, let me see in life's dire storms just one God in many forms. One may hurt, attack, or steal, disappoint, betray, or deal, and another form then pays back the debts, fulfills God's grace. Oh, the wise one understands, these are just two of God's hands. It becomes clear as the sun, thief and giver, both are one. With his left hand God has taken, hurt or tortured, my mind shaken. With his right hand then he heals, gives, consoles, loves, and fulfills. I am aware all beings are one, and do not forgiveness shun. Now I can still, while I live, my worst enemies forgive. This will give me peace of mind, ends all karma, makes life kind. From my God self I decree, so be it, so it is, and so it shall be. It is done, it is confirmed, it is sealed. Astu, astu, astu. Jaya, Jaya. That was the decree for forgiveness. What else do we have, Sumana?
Yes, Ma, I'll share.
Hmm? Ah, very good. Do you have the decree for humanity, for peace, for love and partnership? Should we do that? Wealth, abundance, for ascension. This is good.
Can these decrees be sent to the group also, or it's available in a book form? Or
It is not yet, not all in the book form, just the first few. But I can send it to everybody who sends me an email. I will send it to them. Should we
Yeah.
do like that?
No.
Decree for ascension. O beloved violet flame, with the help of Saint-Germain, help us all who call to thee. Help me and humanity in the process of ascension from the fourth to fifth dimension. From the God presence in me, I command and I decree, bring us divine victory, now and for eternity. So be it, so it is, and so it shall be. Astu, astu, astu. Amen, amen, amen. Jaya, Jaya. Now, I'm aware that many of you have maybe never heard about Saint-Germain. And in the links which I have posted here in the chat a little higher, there you find one page which introduces and explains who Saint Germain is and what he is doing. He is an ascended master. He's not in a body right now. So he's not incarnated at the moment, at least not that I know. And he is working from higher planes together with many, many other enlightened masters. And I can just tell you a few names. So we have many, many higher forces who are helping the earth in rising up from the Kali Yuga to Satya Yuga, what is happening now. And they are all working together. So they are, of course, the Devas and Devis, whom you know, the gods and goddesses, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Ganesha, Krishna, Surya, all of them are working together from higher levels to help us. And then there are many billions of angels in the heavens, different kinds of angels. For instance, we all have a protecting personal angel around us, not only one. Then we have 4 seraphim angels. These are very, very high and powerful healing angels. So if you have any disease, these healing angels are around you. They are just waiting for you to ask. That's all. So you ask these seraphim, these healing angels, please come and heal my body. I have this and this problem. That's why I said keep a paper in your hand while you're meditating. So all of us have these 4 big, powerful angels around us who are just waiting for our call for help, just waiting. Then there are the archangels. Famous archangels are Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, etc. And then there are a class of angels which are called cherubim. These are great warrior angels. And seraphim, thrones, dominions. They are angels for healing. They are angels for love and harmony in the family or between people. Angels of peace. There are millions of angels of peace. We should just call them and they are ready to come and help. Angels which comfort person when they are sad, which are comforting and consoling. Angels of protection, angels of abundance. So all these different angels are there. The whole heaven is full of them. And then there are enlightened masters, avatars and siddhas and buddhas. These are all the enlightened people from the past and from the present, all of them who since the beginning of humanity have got enlightenment and have incarnated on this planet. No? Some names you know, you've heard about, Krishna, Buddha, Babaji, Yogananda, Maharishi, all these names. And there are, of course, many female enlightened masters also, Mother Mary and many others. Saint-Germain is one of them. And then there's Sanat Kumara, you may have heard that, or Maitreya, there's Ananda Ma, there's Kutumi.
Kutumi also.
Kutumi, yes. We have him here among us. Anandaji. So there are innumerable ascended masters, all the enlightened masters from the past who have incarnated, and all the avatars also, and Buddhas. So they also belong to that. And then there are a lot of other heavenly beings, Siddhas, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Yakshas, and other cosmic beings. So all of them, they are on a higher level of vibration and they are always able and ready to help us if we call them. And then there are also a class of beings which we call divine lights or fires or rainbow rays. Now you know that about Surya, no, the sun god. He has a chariot which is driven by 7 horses. Why 7 horses? Because sunlight has a white color, and if you let this white ray of light go through a prism, you will see the 7 rainbow colors coming out. So like that, these are the 7 horses of Surya. So like that, there are 7 rainbow colors and rainbow lights, and divine lights also in form of flames. And one of them, the 7th one, is the violet flame. And the degrees are using, especially invoking the violet flame, because this is the flame of transmutation or transformation. So it can transform all the tamas into sattva, all the worries and all the sadness and all the problems into happiness, joy, bliss. It can transform slavery into freedom, and illness into health, and misery into happiness and joy. It can transform us and our life and our whole world. So that's why we do the decrees to the violet flame. And all of these heavenly beings, about which I am just speaking, all of them taken together, they are called the Great White Brotherhood. You may have heard this term, perhaps, Great White Brotherhood. It doesn't mean that they are white in color. It just means that their auras are radiating a lot of light. They have bodies of light. So they are the forces of the light. And they are helping humanity, especially now, when there's a very, very difficult time for humanity. They're helping us now, but they are waiting for us to call to them. They say we have to respect human free will, and if humans are not calling for help, we cannot interfere in their life. So if you want divine help from angels, from devas, from ascended masters, or from the flames, or the divine light, then you have to call to them. And for that, we are using the prayers and the decrees. And then they are very happy to come and help. So again, I offer to send you the decrees if you send me an email and say you want to have them, and the prayers. And you can use them for many, many different purposes. If you like, you can also write your own ones. So I hope you enjoyed this workshop. And I hope you continue to meditate with the mantra. And best of all, you get your own personal mantra, get the proper initiation, get some more knowledge about it, and also some more techniques, which we teach in the basic meditation course. And for that, you have the links and the contact of the teachers in the different parts of the world. And if you have any questions about your meditation practice with the mantra, then feel free to write to me. And I can answer these questions if you like. Last time, Anandaji, last time after the course, I had weeks and weeks and weeks to answer emails. So if I don't answer just right on the next day, don't worry, I will answer everything, but it takes time, no?
I also wanted to add just 1 or 2 things.
Yeah.
The decrees and about all the devas and all of that, right? So why is it in the decrees we say, let it be so, and it is sealed, it is done? Why are we saying all that? Because the way our mind works, it has always got some doubt. And we're always like, I'm, asking for, say, peace, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen, right? So with the decree, you just announce to the universe, it shall be so. It is sealed, it is done. What that does is it removes your own doubt from your mind. And the universe will listen to you when you are clear. When you are saying and you're not believing it, universe does not listen. But if you
Yes.
clear your own doubt and you just say, this is it, and universe doesn't care. You're not ordering them. It's not like that. But the energy is that strong. It's like as if it's an order, but they're very compassionate beings. They don't take it like an order. But by saying it that way, it's clear. And there is no doubt, that shall be so, right? And and some of these angels and divine beings, they are there are secrets out there, like Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is the same as Indra in India. He just shows to the Western people as Archangel Michael, but in India, he's Indra. That's what once it was channeled. He's the same person, but they show themselves differently in different cultures because they can, angels can take different bodies, whatever. So there's not so much separation as people think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lakshmi ji would always tell me that she works with Michael a lot of times, and then she works with Archangel Michael. So it's just humans who've created, oh, these are these gods, some of them are same, it's the same energy that, we are praying to. So, and the last thing I wanted to say was, why will they not help us unless we ask? Because there are many spiritual books, they say that too. Ask and it shall be given. This is so true, because remember what you came here for. You came on the planet to know what you're not. Some of you wanted to go deep in the journey to know what you're not, which means deeper suffering. That's what the soul wanted to know. If that was a desire of the soul has to announce that I am done. I've seen enough suffering. And now I want to end this, and I want to ask for your help. Because if your soul wanted to go deeper into suffering and the angel just saves you, then your soul did not accomplish what it wanted to know, right? So you have to make that decision with your free will that enough is enough. Now I'm done. Now I'm asking you for your help. I've learned all my lessons. That is a rule all over the universe. Without you asking, nobody helps you. And you might be suffering, but you have to ask. And that is so important to ask. And I think we've had enough suffering. I mean, some of you may want to become bigger lotuses by suffering more, but I feel I've had enough, right? so at some point you have to say enough is enough, and you want to now ascend. You're descended, now you want to ascend. That's when you start by asking, please help me, God, because that's your announcement to the universe that I'm done with seeing the contrast. Now I'm ready to ascend. So one has to do that.
Beautifully said. Very beautiful. Yes. That is it.
Yeah.
That is it. Their prayer comes into
Yeah.
into focus, no? Yeah. And yeah, it's also true that we these prayers and decrees, they lose their power when you are next moment starting to doubt, oh, will it work or will it not work, So our doubts are big, big obstacles and hindrances. Just know that doubts are little gunners, little demons, and they are trying to disturb your progress. So don't listen to the doubts. They're always a sign that your energy is low when you're very much in doubts, no? So if you feel in a doubtful mood, then doubt the doubts. Oh, do I really have this doubt? No, I think not. Right? Good.
Yeah, it's that we're in that iceberg and there's infinite beings, angels. The whole universe is there to help us, but we have to get out of that. We have to get out of that mind, that little shell we're in, and start with body, start with breath, start with sound, start with mantra, start with breaks. If you're doing something, take a break. And in that break, be in the body. And so that's and all of this can help. The course's name was Devi meditation, prayer, and mantras. And the way to get into that is through your heart and your body. without any doubt. And if you think too much, you will not be able to. So that's why all of these other things are important, because it can create a clear mind for you to pray. So that's why breathing, that's why kriyas, that's why, and then mantras. So, so yeah, I think we're infinitely connected. That's our message, that, with prayer, magic can happen, Mm. So thank you so much, Ananda Devi Ma. This is such a blessing for you to
Oh,
do this course, and
thank
your
you,
energy is
Ananda
so
ji, for making
profound.
it possible and for doing it together. It was very beautiful to teach together with you.
Loved it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good. So
Yeah.
we wish you from our heart all the best and a fast evolution and ascension towards more and more and more happiness and bliss and joy and divine love. So, blessings from the divine.
You, yeah, great blessings of
Mm.
goddesses, especially Lakshmi Ma, Saraswati Ma, Parvati Ma, here with you. And we will see you in the next workshop. Mm.
Yeah. Should I play one short soundtrack from me, which is called Devi's Blessing?
Sure. Listen to it.
Then thank you for coming. And thank you. It was a nice time we spent together. Thank you for inviting me. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
namaste. Jai Gurudev.